Okay, everybody, welcome to the Complextro Playground. All right. All right. So that's a little something something. Oh, I should have recorded that. Yeah. Well, it's been a while since I made a video, and I bought some new stuff, and it's pretty tight. And it's got lights. This is the Ableton Push in user mode. There's a sweet video that shows you how to make the lights. Basically, you just make a MIDI clip, and it, makes these lights go, and then you send them out to the Ableton Push on channel 1. And you got to just hit this user mode button over here. I don't know if you can see that, but here's the push in regular mode. Useless. Just kidding. And then you hit user mode. Boom. And you can customize some stuff. Now, if you're using a custom control script like native control or something like that, this is not going to work, so you're going to want to disable that. Where's that? Oh, yeah, over here. So PXT Live. Just take the ports off or whatever. It's a fantastic script. You should get it. It's $20. It does a lot of cool stuff. And this here, I just like the idea of creating these environments in which only one thing is built to happen. So it's like an instrument. So each set of these colored lights here is a different instrument. These up here, I just left for mapping different things. So it's like this is the start of the song, and this would be the next part. But I really didn't get good enough to trigger that while I was playing. I don't know. I've been practicing. It goes okay sometimes. But and then these are just visual metronomes, and it makes it look cool. Whatever, this row up here. But let's talk about the actual instruments. We've got your primary bass sound. Side chaining like crazy. Oh, yeah. Sounds nice. And what's the deal with this? It's all C minor. Okay, and this next one is a lead. Square lead. I like that sound. Then we got a whoop whoop sound. And you can use the ribbon controller to change the speed. So yeah, that's cool. We got the sidechain going, so it makes it pulse a lot. Then here's a wobble. So I could program the ribbon controller to do all this, changing the sounds up and whatnot. Then these top two are poly. And it's, yeah. Okay, so let's see how this is accomplished. And of course, I'll be providing this for a download. But I think this serves as a jumping point for a lot of cool stuff. You can pick your own presets for each one of these here. And then you roll your own loops, and now you've got an environment to create some different types of songs where you can actually play instead of point with the mouse. But it's also possible to bring it back into the mouse environment, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so basically this is just one complex instrument rack, and I'm getting confused. But I'm back. Okay. So this is how we do it. All right, this is the bass right here. And so you can see all the ones that we went over. But everything really happens in the note mapper. Open this up. This is the note namer. We don't want to talk about that yet. Goodness, how does this thing even work? It's been like Okay, there we go. Okay, and I've got a note mapper on each one. You would think that I could put the note mapper beforehand. I don't know, maybe there's a reason I didn't do that. So here's what the note mapper does. It takes each individual note and constrains it to one key. So when you go into user mode on the push, this sends out C1. Okay, and so I only accept notes of C1. This is the only chain in the entire rack that accept the note of C1. All of these, are different octaves and stuff like that. And then if we hide this, we'll see that I'm keeping it the same pitch. Okay, but let's look at this one. So now on this one, I'm accepting probably C#1, but I wanted to, so now I'm just remapping here. If I hit this, you can see that I'm remapping each note to fit the C minor scale. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And then in here, we can do different octaves, for quick access to that. And this is where you would drop your preset. So you can put in your massive or your operator or whatever you like. And, you shouldn't drop it on this because it's going to replace the note mapper. You should drop it there. On that thing right there. All right. Okay, and then each one just kind of does this over and over again. Oh, I know why it's a different note mapper for each one, because these are all different values. Man, I'm so smart. Okay, and this goes over here. Here's your C1. You hide that. I just needed to go up 2. And then I'm pretty sure at the end somewhere, maybe it's in the beginning, somewhere I've got a scale device in there. But on the polys, the only thing that's different is that I actually use the chord. The chord function is on. And here's where the scale devices come into play. So, as you can hear, we are, we're hearing chords right there, right? And so we got a chord device in here, and C minor maps it, to make sure that those stay in key. And then if we look at the other poly, it's basically still a minor chord, but this one has the 5th in the bottom, so it's and an octave on the top, so it's got more notes even though it's thinner. So that's that, man. You could just go through and replace each one of these here device presets, and have your own sounds. I went with all Ableton synths because I thought the CPU was going to be better, but it's been having kind of a tough time. I have another set with massive presets and seem to work a little bit better. So I don't know what's up with that, but can't win them all. So this whoop sound, well, let's talk about the ribbon controller and just MIDI mapping. I like to open up these chains here, and then when I play, I just look for the green light. It's an easier way for me to find them. So there's that. When I use the ribbon controller for this one, on the way up, it changes the bass in the saturator, which makes it get all like tinny and whatnot. And on the way down, it does the frequency. So basically, everything going up is gonna, well, okay, I just completely contradicted myself, but because this is the main bass sound, so both of these kind of function to make it smaller, because it starts out, it's the biggest it can possibly be. But on all the other ones, if I go up, it adds to the sound. If I go down, it detracts, reduces the sound. But each one is built differently, and you have to make sure that if you want to do this with your presets, take the pitch and take it off. Pitch bend off. You should really set that to 0. And that's that. So let's look at the lead sound. I have this mapped to vibrato. And then if you go down, it adds another layer to the sound. This whoop changes the speed. And here is another vibrato for the poly. I'm into the vibrato thing right now, so that's pretty much what's going on for that. So, yeah, the lights. To me, the lights is what makes the whole thing. The fact that you can see a visual reference for the pads. And, you know, with Ableton, what they provide you in the push in note mode, it makes sense. It's very, very smart, but the pads are duplicated in certain sections, and that is not conducive to creating an environment like this, because none of these pads are repeated, so each one can do a different thing. Whereas when you go here, oh yeah, I should show you all that crap too. Yeah, so when you go into here and you start trying to map these things out, you know, it just doesn't work. And even if you try and map it per octave, because the octaves repeat across the pads, it kind of is not as intuitive. So I really like the fact that you can do something like this. And I would love to have a Max for Live device that has like a, you know, a graphical user interface that allows you to put the lights however you want and then change the MIDI notes so you don't have to, you know, use a remapping rack like this, which is probably just crushing the CPU. But yeah, so let's talk about how to, you know, so let's say you download this and you make some clips, you know, like this one maybe, and you want to take it to the next level. Well, to help you with your editing, I have included a note namer rack. And what that does is it just renames each one of the note based on what it is. So go in here, and if you fold it, and if you got that MIDI rack on there, it's going to name the actual notes. So here you're looking at the raw MIDI data. Could actually use the clip. And this is cool, you know, because you can just you can edit your whole drop in one MIDI clip versus being, you know, typically how you would do it is across different instruments and different clips, and it's a different way of approaching things, and I think that can be a positive thing. So that's it, the Complextro Playground. One last thing. Top level effects is your side chain. Grabbing the side chain from an operator clip that's happening here. And it's got some saturation, and here's the key where you can change the key if you want to write songs in other keys other than C minor, which, I mean, let's be honest, you don't want to do that. C minor is the best key. And then if you want to do like a major jam, let's see what that's like. Yeah, that's special. That's special. But all these should remap themselves to be major. So that works. And let's turn on the lights here. Quiet. So now let's get, I mean, something more major sounding. That was special again. But you get the idea, you know, you can create some stuff. And this key reference right here is just so you can, this actually controls a scale like way down the line. But this one mirrors it, so you can actually see which key you're in. It's going to transpose it, so you can just leave your push. There's some glue. And that's it. All right. Thanks for sticking with me on this kind of ramblesome video. I got a little bit of a sore throat. which, man, it's tough. It's tough. But I'm a manly man. Thanks for checking it out. Download link should be somewhere around there. All right. Love you guys.